Okay, now that we've demoed kind of the config setup as well as Azure Service Bus setup, we're going to go ahead and actually process some transactions. So the first thing we're going to do is create some loads. So if I go to a load request, I can do this from a sales contract or a load request by itself. I'll go ahead and click load request. In commodity accounting, go ahead and hit new. Do one for Newell Acres. I don't have to use a sales contract. I will for now. It defaults in the commodity delivery period. Go ahead and hit create. Excuse me. Okay. Now come down to the load section. Go ahead and generate loads. We'll do 10 loads. Loads per day 1. Quantity of 1,000. Go ahead and hit OK. And now I've got my 10 loads. Now, the way we have the business event set up is that it will not trigger any information until I click activate. So I'm going to go ahead and hit activate, and then it's going to be hard to see, but I'm going to go to the service bus, watch them get to the topic, and then watch them hit this folder. So you'll notice the two-way folder, there's nothing there. So I'll go ahead and hit activate. Go ahead and start refreshing. There you go. You'll see them start to process. Open my folder back up, and you'll see them just continually getting dropped in there. So those are my 10 loads I just generated. I'll open one up and just kind of cross-reference it so you can see. So it's for sales contract 133. If you remember, it was sales contract 133 right there. This should be for 52 East, SBM-52 East. So that's our load. So this example would be right that you're creating loads and sending them out to the scale potentially, or sending them out to some other user to consume this information. So that's essentially how it's done. You can make modifications on the loads and it will send it back out as well. So that is the load outbound. I'm now going to show you the outbound ticket itself and the message processing. So don't want to close it completely, just close down. I'll just drop it. So you'll notice they're all called load order document. So now I'll go ahead and create an outbound ticket. Newell Acres as well. Create. Let's do a quantity. Okay. Oh, let's actually change this to 80,000. So we have 1,000 quantity. We're going to put some notes in here. We can put in our grade factors. Not just pick random numbers going down. We can decide, yes, we'll say it smells a little bit, the odor. And you can put in some delivery information as well. So you can pick your shipping carrier. You can pick the previous hauled commodity, a bill of lading number. You can populate all of these fields. And then once we're ready, right, you can put some load information, which we will in future ones. Once we're ready, we can go and hit save. And again, this will not trigger anything until you actually close the form or change. So I'll go ahead and click on another load, and that should trigger it. So if I come here, it might process so fast you won't even see it. There's the one, so you'll see it right there. Now it's gone. Go back to my folder now. You'll see, okay, I have those 10 load orders, and now I have something called a commodity movement. So if I open this up, in theory, it should have Newell Acres. The ticket is 56, LIS 56. That's the one I was working on. The notes say test external notes. There's our test external notes, right? If we come down here, you'll see our transportation information, Gold Star Trucking, previous hauled commodity with soybeans. It's called previous product, and so forth. So we populate all this information. We get down to our rail car, right? Our bill of lading number. All of that we can send across via the integration. Our actual weights going across, as well as our grade factors. So you'll see the moist, the TW. I just went 5, 6, 7, 8 if you remember in the UI, as well as we should have an odor. Odor is set to true. So that is the export on there. So we'll go ahead and do one more in this demo, which is an inbound ticket. So we were bringing in corn or a different commodity. We have an inbound ticket. So we've shown loads, we've shown outbound tickets, and now we'll show an inbound ticket. Go ahead and create one for corn. Well, acres. This works very similar to the outbound. Excuse me. Go ahead and we'll do a higher number this time. Put large truck in the notes. Add some grade factors. It's down this time, 9, 8, 7, 6. And this time it'll be sour, not smelly. We'll hit OK. Same type of thing, we can put license plate. We'll put license plate and some driver information. Okay, we can obviously fill out additional fields, but I think that's good enough for our demonstration. I'll hit save. Remember, nothing should be moving. And let me open up my folder back up. Okay, nothing should be moving yet. If I click off the record, that will trigger it. Again, oh, there it is. And there it's gone. So now if I get into here, I should see a number 2, which I do. It's right there. I'll go ahead and hit edit. Okay, and I should see 57. Hold on 1 second. Sorry, I had to put on pause. I noticed that someone else was actually in our test environment, created this other message. So I got the other one back in there, but I will make a modification to send it back out so you can see. So if I'm on my inbound ticket, I'll just change the note, let's say. Okay, save. Again, it will not export it until later. And you'll see I have the other one, the third in there. The third is the original. Like I said, just for purposes of demonstration, I'll resend this message completely again. I'll hit save. Click off the file, and now we should see the message being processed. There it is. Now it should be in our folder. We should have a 4th. So I'll go ahead and open up. There's my folder. Make it big. Okay, and I'll open up the file. Oh, okay. The wrong file number. I'm going to open up 4. Okay, there's commodity 4. So if we look at this, it is for ticket 57, which was the one we were doing for the 100,000. We changed the external note to say test note change. So we scroll down, we should see test note change. Where is it? There it is. Test note change is right there. The quantities are all in here. If we scroll down, our truck driver Steve Smith, if you remember. And here's our quantity: 100,000, 30,000, 70,000. And it should be sour, should be set to true. There's sour. So like I said, sorry about that. I put pause for a second because another message came in. But if I open up the third as well, you should see 57. So this is the original. Number 4 is the update. The original said, like, the note was different. I can't remember exactly what I put in there. Let's see if I can find it real quick. I think it was something large truck. That's right. So there's our test note. Again, like I said, I just redid the other one just to make sure it looks good. So these are our messages coming in. So we've shown the load outbound, the outbound ticket, and the inbound ticket all being exported from the system. In our next video, we will show importing those into the system.